Somee is a social media site that actually helps content creators make their own money. And so with me to explain a little bit more about his partnership or relationship with Somee is advertising executive Alan Case. Alan, great to have you here. I guess let's just start with, I know you've had a long history. You want to give me a little bit, you were in the advertising industry for how long? And you were really quite well known in that industry. Can you give me some history of your background?
Okay, well, I started in advertising at the age of 3. My father was a controller of gray advertising, and he used to bring me in to work, and I would hang out in the bullpen where the artists are, and I would look over their shoulder and see what they were doing. And I think my most vivid memory is an illustrator painting the Campbell's kids on a roller coaster.
So what then brought you to Somee, and how are you taking your knowledge and experience with advertising to this new medium?
Sure. Actually, it was my agent that connected me to Somee. It looked very interesting. I am fortunate enough being independent to work with people I like on products I like. And Chris Kramer and Somee, they met those qualifications. Very, very nice, very bright young man. The idea he had, I thought was great, was new, and useful to a lot of people on both sides of the fence, both companies, advertisers, and customers.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that so let's bring this full circle. So you're taking your years to Somee, your years of experience, right. You're helping entrepreneurs market themselves on Somee. Am I understanding how this all works?
Yeah, pretty much. My agency, Core K & Partners, was founded in 1982 as the agency for entrepreneurs. We were the first of its kind, and we thought it was kind of a good idea. And the week we opened, Time magazine on the cover said, "The entrepreneur, the future of American business." So my partner, Lois Corey, and I looked at each other and said, I guess we guessed right. And then we found that the idea had one tiny flaw, and that is that entrepreneurs don't have any money. So we said, okay, now what? So we did mid-course correction and repositioned ourselves as the agency for entrepreneurs and companies with the entrepreneurial spirit. And within not too long a time, we picked up IBM as well as several other entrepreneurial companies. If you ask me who they are, ask me who they are.
Who are they?
Well, some include Virgin Atlantic Airways, Wynn Resorts, Comedy Central, Celebrity Cruises, and then along with them, there were other companies that were not startups, but were kind of needed a little kick in the ads, as you might say, like Stuart Weitzman, who when we started working with him, he had just opened his flagship store on Madison Avenue. And we introduced that, and that led to us getting his national account, which he didn't have before. And we did a campaign that lasted for 8 years, A Little Obsessed with Shoes, which kind of whimsical, showed the world through the eyes of Stuart Weitzman, where everything looked like a shoe in some way.
I remember that campaign, actually. And you've done some other ones too. Honda, there's some famous ones I think people will recognize. You want to talk a little bit about those?
Oh, sure. Some of the other campaigns that have some notoriety were the Honda, the car that sells itself. That ran for 7 years. until the dealer group, the Northeast dealer group, kind of dissolved, and the campaign hung in all that time. Let's see, Virgin, the line was take us for all we got. We got the Virgin account before, when Richard Branson had leased an airplane, 747, and didn't have the right to fly it. And just one day we got a knock on our door, and we opened the door, and David Tate, who was their executive vice president, said, "Hello, I'm an airline." And we picked up that business. That was kind of cool because it didn't even cost us a cab ride. Let's see, where should I go on to? Celebrity cruises, exceeding expectations. They were the first mega luxury cruise ship. We broke into that industry at the worst time of all, right in the height of a depression. If you were Republican, you called it a depression. If you were Democrat, you called it a recession. But in any case, we got them off to a very good start and had them also for 7 years until they were bought by RCCL. And we were kind of good at that, building up companies to the point where they get sold. So we decided to say that actually our goal was to make ourselves obsolete.
Okay. Well, I think after listening to this, you should write a book at some point. Once you kind of help these entrepreneurs launch on Somee, because those are fascinating stories that I think so many people could relate.
Yeah. In fact, I'm just putting it in order. It's 100 pages of anecdotes. It's volume 1.
Yeah. That's really, you should do that. It's really interesting. Okay, so let's talk about Somee and the project you're working on now, and how can you help entrepreneurs on Somee? Okay,
this is what Chris came up with was a really cool idea. Somee is kind of like a dating site for customers and companies. And what he did was he created a platform where advertisers can post their banner ads, ones that they already have. They have no work to do except just put them on their computer and press send. And Chris puts them on kind of a menu page, and consumers will look and say, hey, this looks cool, or this looks sexy, or this looks great. Oh, I know this product. I want to find out more about it. They just click, and it takes them right to the company's website, and they learn more about the product. And there is also a form that they can fill out if they want to, be a representative of a company of sorts. It's like, there are so many people out there that are plugging companies and products and getting paid for it. And so many other people do the same thing naturally in their social media. So this is a case where they could actually get money for doing what they do normally.
Right. Well, and it makes sense. And they need to market like any business does. So makes sense. So, and they can just, those entrepreneurs on Somee can just go to the Somee site and connect with you there, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Or they can call me direct if they want. And it's 917-699-2672. And I'll be there to answer the phone. If not, my answer machine usually works. Sometimes it has a mind of its own. Or they could email me at Allen, ALLEN, at allenk.us.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. It's great to meet you. And I want you to come back when you get that book written.
Okay. Terrific. Nice to see you.
Okay.
Okay. Anytime.
Bye-bye.